Hello everybody, Dr. Strife here with a new video. Today we're going to talk about a game that you may have not heard about for a while or may have not heard of at all. It's called Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. So we're going to talk about today about this fighting game's history. We're going to talk about if people are still playing it today. And I'll even answer your question of what the heck a Tatsunoko even is. Let's go ahead and start out with a little mini kind of briefing review of this game. Tatsunoko vs. Capcom is a game developed by Capcom for the Nintendo Wii. It's a fighting game series that I thought honestly was not going to make it outside of Japan. And in fact, I even at the time imported a copy of the Japanese version and modded my Wii so I could play it because I thought no way in heck are we ever going to get this game. And I loved the Versus game, so I was like, why not? And it turns out that there were many people like me who really wanted this game. And Capcom delivered, though there was a lot of licensing issues that plagued this game because a lot of these characters were owned in the West by different companies, and also you had to deal with the main branch of Tatsunoko themselves. Now, Tatsunoko is a Japanese anime company responsible for characters like Battle of the Planets and Chorus, which is one of the characters I immediately recognized because I watched the anime several times, and I haven't watched it ever since because I don't really have a desire to, but hey, that doesn't matter. This game is great. This game released to the States and Europe and Japan in January 2010. And in April of 2010, they announced the game was a commercial success. So this title, which no one thought would even come out to America because it was so niche, turned out to be a nice seller for the company. So they did have an arcade release in Japan as well. The US release was subtitled Tatsunoko vs. Capcom Ultimate All-Stars. In Japan, it was originally released as Cross-Generation of Heroes, and included a character which was the Farting Genie, which I don't remember the name of. But I will tell you, I missed that guy. He didn't make it in this release, and most likely due to licensing issues. But we did get characters such as Zero and Tekkaman Blade, to name a few, on top of the other list. The game has a few different modes. It had an arcade mode, a time attack mode, a training mode, versus of course, survival mode, and online Wi-Fi connection. Which we'll get to that here in a little bit, but yeah, you could play this game online with your friends, grab a Wii Mote, or use an arcade stick that's attached to a Wii Mote, which I never understood why we couldn't just have a separate controller port for controllers, but whatever, Nintendo. We'll just drain our Wiimote batteries by plugging huge arcade sticks into them. But yeah, it was such a cool experience. It was such a fun game. And the characters were fantastic. Yeah, sure, I may have not known most of these characters, but dang, they play fun. It plays great. They even have two giant characters if you want to just be a jerk and just grab people all the time and just keep tossing them over and over again. Yeah, that was very annoying. But you know what? This game is fun overall. The gameplay is fantastic and solid. It's a system that's not too complicated for new people to get into, but it's got a lot of depth where a pro player can really get something out of it. And I think that's what made it such a success in my opinion. Because you had recognizable characters. Oh, it was just so great. Alright, so I talked a little bit about the game. Mentioned I had online gameplay. But here's the thing. Nintendo has disconnected their Wi-Fi. Yeah, that's right. You can't go online and play this game anymore with your friends. So I'm talking about whether this game is dead. Basically, is there a community around it? Is there people playing it? How can people play a game that you can't get online for? Well, we're going to talk about that here. And that's because of a little thing known as emulation. Thanks to emulation, we're able to play this game online with others. It's not an easy process, but I've got someone here that will tell us a little bit about why you should actually look into it and that there is a community for it. That's right, there are people probably at this very moment who is playing some Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. And you might be missing out. But I got a guy here named Dr. Science, a fellow physician of mine, who will tell you a little bit more about the community, about the game, and why you might be interested in playing it.
The first question is, what is it that makes you feel Tatsunoko vs. Capcom is still worth playing? I think it's one of the most freeform and like expressive games out there. It has some of the highest mobility, especially air mobility, of any game that you'll ever see, because it's got 2 jumps and 2 air dashes for characters as the norm, and some characters have even more than that. So sort of the aerial positioning and things like that is very freeform. You have Mega Crash, which is a very present burst mechanic that helps reset to neutral a lot, so people really have to play lots of neutral and like sort of make these reads and decisions a lot. And then Baroque, which is a mechanic that lets you be super freeform in terms of when you mix people up or when you are able to convert on combos. You can use it really smartly or to like bait things or whatever. It's just a very freeform, expressive game that lets you kind of put your personality into your playstyle and play it a lot of different ways. Also, the balance is really good. If you watch our tournaments, basically the entire cast is represented, and you can play anyone at a high level. It's really cool that way. As far as the community, we're mostly on Discord. There's a group of us who've been playing this for like 10 straight years now, and then there's also some newer people who are, getting into it now. We've done offline tournaments, mostly at like Frosty Faustings and Evo, Combo Breaker, for a few years now, and now we've sort of transitioned to more online tournaments, even though we were doing that a little bit before. The tournament we run is called Tatsunoko versus Corona. We just did the 7th one this weekend, and it's been really cool seeing it grow. We started out with just 8 people, me running everything from my own computer, and now we've got a team. We have commentators, we have a dedicated streamer, we're up to 20 people, and a $300 pot bonus this time. So it's as good of a time now as ever to get into Tatsunoko versus Capcom. What would I say to someone who wants to get into TvC? I would say join the Discord. We have a Discord. It's got resources, everything you need to get set up in terms of software, and also like resources. We've got some kind of guides by people, and also just a community of people who's like really happy to help new people. It can be hard because there are people who've practiced a long time, so you will get beat up on just like any game. But if you're willing to put in that work, there's definitely a lot of really cool people in the scene who are willing to help with that.
So definitely, I will put links in the description down below about where you can get involved, get some information, and yeah, join the Discord if you want to get into it. I've actually made, I guess you could say, a friend on there, and we've already played some matches. He showed me some stuff, and I might be able to prove my fighting game prowess. I probably still will drop combos. I probably won't be able to still make combos work because I'm not good at combos, but daggone it if I'm not going to have fun and get better at the process. But you guys can join too as well. So I wanted to bring this up because I wanted to show people that there are still games out there that you may have loved in the past or never heard of, but they're getting a second life through different means, through different communities. And Tatsunoko vs. Capcom is one of them. And I feel that you guys should really go and give this a shot, because if you love versus games, then you really don't have any reason to miss out on it. So, links below, they'll help you get started on what you need to do to get a part of the community. So, till next time, everybody, game on.